The Prince of Wales begins his 2-day visit to Poland. Grand Duchess Maria Teresa of Luxembourg celebrates her 67th birthday in Colmar-Berg. Prince Albert II of Monaco attends the launch of Re-Ocean Fund in Port Hercule. And Queen Letizia of Spain views an exhibition in Madrid. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Alexandra, and this is your Royal Daily News for March 22nd, 2023. In Madrid, Her Majesty Queen Letizia of Spain arrived at the Biblioteca Nacional de España this morning to view the exhibition entitled Nabrija, 1444 through 1522, El Orgullo de Ser Gramático, organized by the Biblioteca Nacional de España, Acción Cultural Española, and the Fundación Antonio de Nabrija. Last July 2022, the exhibition opened on the occasion of the 500th anniversary of the death of Spanish humanist Elio Antonio de Nabrija, also known as Gramático. Born in 1444, Elio Antonio de Nabrija was a humanist, philologist, historian, linguist, and editor who has gone down in history for being the author of the first Castilian grammar, or Grammar of the Castilian Language, published 3 months before the discovery of America, of the first Latin-Spanish dictionary that same year, and of another Spanish-Latin dictionary in 1494. The exhibition, Nabrija, 1444 through 1522, displays over 100 works from the Biblioteca Nacional de España archives, which are accompanied by other works on loan from several Spanish institutions, selected by the curator of the exhibition, Ms. Teresa Jimenez Calvente. The exhibition will be open to the public until April 9th, 2023, at the Biblioteca Nacional de España. Admission is free. Meanwhile, His Majesty King Felipe VI of Spain attended the 2023 Eagle Eye Permanent Operations Activation Exercise held in different locations in the Balearic Islands. The exercise is carried out by the 3 branches of the Spanish Armed Forces: Army, Navy, and Air Force. Upon his arrival at the San Juan Air Base on the island of Palma, His Majesty the King was warmly welcomed by the Chief of Defense Staff, Admiral General Teodoro Esteban Lopez Calderon, and other high-ranking military authorities. In Port Hercule, His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco presided over the launch of the Re-Ocean Fund held at the Yacht Club de Monaco. The Re-Ocean Fund, established by the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation and Monaco Asset Management, is a new private equity fund dedicated to the United Nations SDG 14, Life Below Water, which will support the growth of innovative companies aimed to, quote, reduce key sources of pollution in the ocean, transform the way we produce blue food and travel across the ocean, protect marine ecosystems, and the critical services they provide, and inform and equip ocean stakeholders with robust and transparent data. The fund adopts a global geographical scope to ensure access to the best-in-class solutions and supports early but proven innovations. The fund aims to leverage networks in and around Monaco to identify opportunities to deploy platform solutions, end quote. So what is the overall ambition, or rather goal? Well, it's to invest 100 million euros to propel the next generation of ocean innovations to support the transition towards a net zero, regenerative, and more equitable economy. In a press release, Mr. Olivier Wendon, the CEO of the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation, noted that the, quote, creation of the Re-Ocean Fund is in line with the efforts undertaken for many years by the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation to promote the most innovative companies that have an impact on the safeguard of life below water, end quote. In New York City, His Majesty King Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands participated in a series of events in connection with New York Water Week and the 2023 United Nations Water Conference this afternoon. New York Water Week is an initiative of the Kingdom of the Netherlands and New York City's Department of Environmental Protection. Today, His Majesty the King gave a speech during the opening of the United Nations Water Conference, held at the United Nations headquarters. In his speech, His Majesty the King stated, quote, "Everything we need to live a decent life is directly related to water. Our health, food, safety, habitat, economy, infrastructure, and climate. Water security is one of the defining concerns of our time. We, as members of the international water community, can be the drivers of change. We won't rest until water is given the place it rightly deserves on global agendas and policy programs." End quote. Meanwhile, Her Majesty Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, in her capacity as the United Nations Secretary-General Special Advocate for Inclusive Finance for Development, concluded her 3-day working visit to Morocco. The purpose of Her Majesty's visit was to, quote, "extend support to further advance progress that Morocco has made in financial inclusion in recent years." End quote. The day began in the city of Rabat, where Her Majesty the Queen attended a bilateral meeting with the Prime Minister of Morocco. During the meeting, discussions focused on the, quote, "importance of digital payments to bring people into the formal financial sector, as well as help support social assistance programs. This is essential to better reach underserved groups." The UN SGSA, hence Her Majesty the Queen, underscored the importance of prioritizing fintech sector development in Morocco through effective regulation, policy, and market investments is crucial. For example, developing a comprehensive oversight approach to fintech regulation can greatly accelerate this agenda. Additionally, the dialogue focused on continuing to develop and adapt regulation and financial policies to support inclusive green finance. End quote. Prior to returning home to the Netherlands, Her Majesty the Queen also held a meeting in Spanish with Her Royal Highness Princess Lala Mariam of Morocco. In Luxembourg City, His Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume of Luxembourg, as Chief Scout of Luxembourg, chaired the General Assembly meeting of Scouting in Luxembourg 2023. During the meeting, the Hereditary Grand Duke and other participants looked back at the year 2022, quote, "rich in activities," and established the agenda for 2023, which takes up the successes of the past year by adding new projects, such as the centenary of the powwow. End quote. Meanwhile, Her Royal Highness Grand Duchess Maria Teresa of Luxembourg is celebrating her 67th birthday. Born in Havana, Cuba, to Mr. Jose Antonio de Mestre and Mrs. Maria Teresa Batista Valle de Mestre, the Grand Duchess is one of 4 children. On February 14, 1981, Maria Teresa de Mestre married His Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duke Henri of Luxembourg at the Notre Dame Cathedral of Luxembourg. On a side note, next month I will begin a new series on my channel entitled Royal Biographies. In the first episode, I will take an in-depth look at the fascinating life of Grand Duchess Maria Teresa and, naturally, the infamous Waringo Report. In Sharjah, His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al-Qasimi, the ruler of Sharjah, presided over the inauguration of the Jarir Bookstore. The new store sells, books in Arabic, English, French, Spanish, and other foreign languages in categories such as history, law, politics, economics, philosophy, religion, fiction, nonfiction, art books, and much more. The library also contains a, quote, "special section on Al-Qasimi publications. All 81 books by His Highness are available." End quote. In the afternoon, His Highness inaugurated the first Rashidun Caliph Mosque in the Al-Khan district of Sharjah, just in time for Ramadan. The new 4,353 square meter mosque has 2 minarets, each 60 meters long, and is, quote, "characterized by 4 circular domes that give the mosque a distinctive engineering character. There's a 1,300 capacity limit." End quote. In Amman, His Majesty King Abdullah II of Jordan held a meeting with heads of the Senate's permanent committees at Al Husseiniya Palace. During the meeting, His Majesty the King commended the Senate's cooperation with the House of Representatives and the government to guarantee the success of the economic, administrative, and political modernization tracks, urging coordination with the government to follow up on the commitment of ministries and institutions to implementation. And finally, His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales began his 2-day official visit to Poland. According to Kensington Palace, the purpose of the visit is to, quote, thank the British and Polish troops involved in the war in Ukraine, as well as to learn more about how the country has cared for the displaced Ukrainian refugees. His Royal Highness first visited the 3rd Brigade Territorial Defense Force, which has been heavily involved in providing support to Ukraine. Whilst at the base, the Prince met the Polish Defense Minister and spoke to Polish and British troops about the strong companionship they have formed since working together to support Ukraine. Following this, the Prince visited a British Army base in Rzeszów to meet with British military personnel and learn more about the work they have been carrying out with the Polish Armed Forces to deliver support to Ukraine, end quote. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. No, really, I do. I really do appreciate each and every one of you for watching my episodes. It really does mean a lot to me. So, with that being said, I will be back tomorrow on Thursday, March 23rd, with all the latest royal news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful evening and a great day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, take care, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.